enhanced edition. This is actually, there's a lot of changes here, not just to the graphics, but to the gameplay. And basically, it's fucking an actual HD edition without shitty Troy Baker acting on top.
Somebody said triangle guy.
Yes, I look forward to many years of looking at the triangles. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and check for me. Actually.
What's up?
Okay. Cool. Oh, it looks like it works. Okay, is it capturing? Go ahead and play real quick. Ba-ba-de-boopy. Do we have the game?
No, it's on. This is a live feed. It's still on the pyramid.
Okay, that's live? All right. Oh, go. What the fuck is this? Go. Oh, come on.
Shit.
No, go away. Thank you. Does that work? Is it streaming?
Let me see.
Come on, then.
Come on, now. Go on, then.
Go ahead on. No.
1776 will commence again.
Give it a sec. Hold on a momento. All right. Just a moment. All right, cool. Here we go. It looks like it captures it in the background, so how about this?
Oh, got it.
Does this work now? Yes?
Yep.
Bitchin'! We are returning to Silent Hill, this time with a lot of changes. The fucking offhand. The cinematics have been upgraded to widescreen, HD, whatever the fuck. The whole game is optimized for widescreen now. So all the widescreen mods and shit that show you terrain that isn't loaded and all that shit and cutscenes that are glitched and whatever the fuck, all that is fixed.
A lot of fog fixes, too.
Yeah, the fog actually works now, which is pretty fucking awesome. I can actually save, or I should be able to. We'll see. And actually, yeah, I tested it on the Maria story, so we can actually go ahead and do this. I assume you guys want me to do the main story. We played just the very beginning of the main story on a previous stream a couple of years ago, I believe, but we couldn't save our place because this game was so goddamn glitched on PC. This is one of the reasons I really, really wanted to play this. So, yeah, I guess you guys can sort of vote on whether or not you want to do the main scenario or the sort of expansion scenario that was included on the Xbox version. Make your selections now!
As Serpent21 donates $5 through Super Chat. Red Heat Rageaholic Cinema. It's got Arnold, buddy cops, drug-dealing Russians, the 80s, and Gina Gershon.
It's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie, I'm not going to lie.
A lot of people
I want to do Raw Deal. Main story. Yeah, I assume you guys wanted main story. So let's see. I actually have not played the main story yet on this modded version, so this will be interesting for me. I've not seen how much better the game looks yet. So this will be a treat for all of us. Let's do it! Normal's fine. Normal's fine. Riddles. I hate to get hung up on riddles on a fucking stream. We'll go easy on that. Although I'm pretty sure I have it all memorized anyway, but whatever. Now, this is crazy how well these cutscenes have fucking aged. It's kind of creepy, actually. This game, more than any other from its era, I mean, this is 2001, has been future-proofed through some very, very intelligent design decisions, like stylistically. Oh, hell yeah.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
Let's pump up the jam. Let's make it a little louder because I think it's a little quiet. And actually, I may pump that up on the actual...
Pseudofo donates $5. Visited Arizona for the first time. Finding 2 boas in one night and seeing banded rock rattlers got me hooked. I'll be back to find and photo your state reptile.
9/11.
Alright, so this is pretty much set up like... oh, and they fixed some of the texture problems here. Look, they also fixed the noise filter, if you notice.
You can apparently adjust, like, the grain size.
The grain, yeah, the intensity of the grain, which it looks just fine to me.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right. Looks pretty good so far. I remember there was like a nebulous void outside of that room before. Have you ever seen this game, lady?
Nope.
It's very good and very scary.
I played one of the Silent Hills when I was younger and I actually really liked
Which one was that?
My restless
it. I
dreams.
think it was 6.
I
There's
see
6
that
one, right?
town. Silent Hill.
Shattered Memories?
6?
The
You
one with the
promised you'd
prisoner
take me there again
was
someday.
6.
I don't know. I think it was 6.
Down 4.
But you
Downpour?
never
I
did.
played it on Xbox when I was younger.
Well,
That's it.
I'm alone there.
Homecoming?
I don't remember the name. I was like,
In our special
I
place.
don't know.
Right.
Jesus
Waiting for
Christ.
you.
Anyway.
All right, so the premise is simple, as he's about to explain in his somnolent style. He gets a
I got
letter.
A letter.
Yeah.
The name on the envelope said Mary,
And I said, motherfucker, never call me Mary
my
again.
wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean?
She died of acute pillow
This whole
sickness.
town was
I mean,
our
what?
special place. Does she mean the park on the lake?
No.
We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
All right. Here we go. Here goes nothing.
Serpent21 donates $2. Why has there never been Bronson action figures?
I don't know, man. No idea. But we now
There should be.
we now have a map. Oh, that soundtrack.
Somebody said hippity hoppity Eve is property.
It's true. Let's look over here. There were some missing textures over here before. Oh, nope. It's been fixed. It's been fixed. Can't go any further by car. Guess I'll have to walk in my big floppy clown shoes.
Did they actually fix the signs?
They did.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Didn't Brahms used to be 265 miles away?
Something like that. That's great. Good attention to detail. You can tell it was made by Silent Hill fans. Now, how do I... Aha! There we go. Oh, yeah, that fog has been fixed. Hello, fog. That's a sound you want to hear. The sound of Jim Sterling consuming a ballpark frank.
Hot dogs sound good right now.
Oh, come on. Get over here. I love this. The designers talked about this whole opening segment, where nothing really happens, but there's just kind of this ominous, isolated feeling. The idea was, we just want to take you as far away from your, like, emotional home base as possible, so you feel as isolated and remote. You are now alone in this place. That's the idea. Looking at this makes me feel like someone's groping around inside my skull. It gives me a weird feeling.
What is the next question?
The Master 12 donates $5 from Paul Joseph Watson. Neocon never Trump hack Ben Shapiro upset that the president didn't order the slaughter of hundreds of people for no reason.
Sounds about right.
Ben Shapiro, who was spurging out on Twitter.
Was he?
Yeah. Fuck that midget.
I think it's fucking Steen, actually. And we now meet, what is it, Angela?
Yep. She's supposed to be 17 here?
Yeah, she's
Excuse me,
16, 17.
I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
They got an older
kinda
actress
lost.
to play her because they want her to seem like
Lost?
she's a 17-year-old who's trying to pretend she's an adult.
Yeah,
Looks like a grown-ass
I'm looking
woman.
for Silent
Yeah,
Hill.
they overdid
Is
it.
this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
It's got the same boots
But-
I do.
Yes?
He does.
I think you'd better stay away. This, this town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog
Does it-
either.
Okay.
It's-
Take away
I
your
got it.
money, take away
I'll
your
be
time.
careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you.
It's
It's
dangerous.
I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
Yeah.
Going to town.
But why?
My favorite line.
I'm looking for someone.
And you're no damn lover friend of mine.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too.
Dawn.
I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother
I'll
were
just
here,
look
but
at the pixelated grass.
I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Can't you talk to her again?
Please don't.
What is it?
Oh. Nothing.
Richie? Anybody
Sure
know
is
why
quiet.
Yes.
Just randomly from the abyss. That's what it shouts out at
This
you.
is my badge. This is your trophy. This is your trophy. Come and get it. Tell your Jadoos to come and get it. All right, where's the holy Moses? Is the fog back? You could basically see off into the distance before. They fixed the fog. It is some Silent Hill fucking fog now. Holy shit.
David NS84 donates $1. Tasteless jokes for free speech this week. What's better than a gold medal at the Special Olympics?
Being able to walk again.
Oh.
Not being a retard.
That was close.
All too easy.
Good timing.
And then we have another one. Alright, so black man wants to join the police. They shot him down. What's 18 inches long and can make a grown woman cry?
A ironing board.
Crib death.
Oh.
Torgo the White donates $10 on Star Wars. Looks like Lucas 7 through 9 movie trilogy sounds even worse than what we got. Look up George Lucas reveals his plan for Star Wars 7 through 9, and it was awful. Must read to believe.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
DVSV Flood donates $2. This is a princess from Final Fantasy IX. Feel old yet?
Who?
That's all he said.
See, I never played Final Fantasy IX, so
Ah.
that has no pertinence to me.
Filipino White Boy donates $5.
I also love, there's a nice touch here audio-wise that I'll point out in a moment.
Someone's probably already asked this, but thoughts on Senator Hawley's attempt to end internet?
Yeah, I
censorship?
already talked about this earlier.
All right.
But yeah. There's a nice touch here in the soundtrack. Every time James starts to feel like isolated or scared or uncomfortable, you hear the sound of scraping metal. And there you go. It's in the audio cue. And of course, you hear that later on when a certain someone shows up, which is cool.
The Pyramid Head?
So much. You mean who? What?
The Pyramid
Who?
Head?
I've never heard of that
The
person.
triangle guy?
I've never heard of that person.
That dude?
I'm not aware of who that is. I have
With
no
the metal
recollection
head?
of the event in question. Who's
With the metal triangle head.
who's that?
That man.
I don't recall, Council.
Cone Man. Red triangle guy. Triangle cranium.
Harry Hypotenuse.
Pink pyramid. Senior pyramid. Pink triangle goy.
What are you talking about? What's over here? What is this? A fucking flower shop. Celebrating 70 years.
God, this game looks great.
It does. It has aged so well. Ooh. It looks even better now, of course. What's over here? This is blocked off. Reach out and touch somebody with a throw pillow. Anyway.
Evan Valenta donates $5. Hey, you guys got any dog training tips? Also, aside from the Cane Corso, what are your favorite breeds?
Pointer is great. If you want a family dog, pointers are just nuts. They're just so good.
I like Huskies. I like Pugs. I like Dalmatians.
I love bull mastiffs.
Bull
That's
mastiffs.
one of the reasons I got a Cane Corso. Is it's basically just a bull mastiff, a little bit more compact but still big, has the same temperament, maybe a little bit more vigilant of a guard dog than a bull mastiff.
I do like the Shibas.
Let's see here. What
I
do we
did
got?
grow
Oh,
up-
hi there.
I did grow up having a lot of pit bulls, so. What the fuck is that thing? Looks
I
like
don't know.
a crackhead.
I don't know what it was, but it had a miscarriage.
Well,
Get over here. Actually, hold on. All right, fine. Follow the random demon in the fog. And that's a perfect example of what the enhanced edition fixes. In the original PC version, it was so fucking busted. You basically could see that through the because there was not a whole lot of fog. So you could make out clearly who and what it was. So there was not a whole lot of tension there.
That was 2 in a row there.
Yep. Something is written on it. Too bad I can't read it because the surface has been rubbed away. Remains of blank swamp. Drain the swamp.
I was gonna say.
The Urs of Lancerat blank is monument was originally swamp but was later filled with the victims of the Clintons. What? Nicknamed Blood Swamp. Perhaps it's blank that many people seem to have something the area. I vaguely remember the fans, I believe, figured out what that actually says.
Yeah, one of the words in there is Christians and something else.
Yeah.
Evan also asked if we have any dog training tips.
I mean, I won't pretend to be an amazing dog trainer, but you definitely have to stay consistent. You definitely have to get the dog into an immediate routine. You have to set clear boundaries. Before you can break rules, you have to set them. That's a big tip I would give. You know, even if you plan to let your dog on the couch eventually, you have to first establish he can't go on the couch. Because then you can let him, and you've established that you're the alpha at that point. All right, cool.
Also, don't be afraid to utilize the water spray bottle.
Yeah.
It really does help.
Oh, what's over here?
You've got your map. Where exactly is this in Silent Hill? Ah, I see.
Yep. Oh, the radio's going off. Uh-oh. I think we're about to have a close encounter here. Ruh-roh.
What the fuck is that? So sweet. What's your squat routine?
Right? Apparently they've got like a 24-hour gym in Silent Hill.
Right.
Whoa, how do you... Oh, right, that's how you do it. Sorry, I had to remember what the controls were. Eat it!
What the hell is it? It's not human.
Leading, of course, to the interesting theory that James is fucking batshit and those are all actually humans. He just can't see them.
Oh, yeah. This thing broken?
No, this is just what FM radio is now. Still an improvement over Kesha, I have to say.
What the?
I don't know who that is.
I better take it
Good
anyway.
feeling that
I might
I'm
need it.
glad.
Yeah, you're glad. Trust me.
I'm over here now.
Yeah. All right, folks. What's over here? Oh, a big rusty billboard. The attention to detail in this game is just... This is one of the reasons it was so future-proofed. Yeah, like the tech you can debate how well all of it is aged, the tank controls, whatever. Although I think the controls work pretty well in this. But it's the attention to detail, going that extra mile. Oh shit.
And here we go. So it begins.
Oh!
Yeah, I would just leave.
I'm gonna bounce.
Travis says, you gonna do any more Mass Effect?
Sure. I'm alright health-wise. Interesting fact, you actually get a different ending if you do not heal yourself.
Yeah, there's so many factors. You could never remake this game without it being like a multi-million-dollar...
Yeah, it'd be with today's tech, you'd really have to.
And this is one of the games where I'm like, I hope they never remake it.
Oh, please don't.
It's perfect the way it is.
Yep, don't mess with it.
Like, you can fucking dissect Final Fantasy VII all day, but this game is perfect the way it is.
What am I hearing?
Have you never heard one of those before?
Oh, I've heard it.
I don't know how that sounds on the screen. Hold on. Ooh, it's a little loud, actually.
Oh, is the game a little loud?
Yeah.
Really? Hold on a second. I can actually... Come on. Come on, sir. Thank you. Turn that down a smidge. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Okay, we do have another health drink, so at least we're well supplied.
Mercenary says, okay,
For our
seriously,
descent into hell.
screw YouTube. It didn't show anything for the last few hours about you having a stream going on.
Yep.
Anyway, I have to say, have you seen what's going on with EA calling
Whoa!
loot boxes surprise mechanics?
God damn it, I forgot about this asshole.
I facepalmed.
Ooh! Simmer down now! Come on, bitch. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So, board with nail in it. Effective weapon. Apartment gate key. Yeah, you don't feel there's anything else worth examining there. You don't feel you got the key and you're
It's fine.
We're good.
Pixelation says, what's worse, the smell of movie Bob after not showering for weeks, or the image of him getting soapy and wet in the shower daily to prevent that smell?
Why? I'd like to thank that particular commenter for tonight's ration of nightmare fuel.
Speedy Sphincter says, who is your baseball hero? Mine is Jimmy Edmonds.
I don't know about I don't know if I have any hero in baseball. My favorite, I mean, I'm more of like a pitching guy. So I really like Kurt Schilling a lot. Because he was like a scrappy dude. Like, he was really naturally talented, but like, you could tell he wasn't... When you watched him and Randy Johnson pitch back-to-back, it was like Randy Johnson had so many natural gifts, just physically, right? Schilling just had to be the smartest fuck in the room. Like, he did his homework. Oh! Oh! No, you don't. No, you don't. You're not gonna shit that green nonsense on me. Is that it? Okay.
John Horn says, just because I feel like being contrarian, I really dig The World Is Yours. It's one of my favorite Motorhead albums.
Yeah. I thought it was lackluster. I don't know if it's because, I don't know if it's because Lemmy had just been, you know, he'd sort of hit the wall health-wise or whatever. Just didn't. It wasn't as good as Aftershock or any of that.
You know you get nothing from killing these things. You're
I-
just satisfying your own bloodlust at this point.
A little bit. Good Venom song, by the way.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee says, "What up? Thoughts on rock paper shotgun racism allegations towards Cyberpunk 2077?"
What was their allegation? I don't generally expose myself to rock, paper, shotgun if I can help
I
it.
can honestly say I don't know and I don't care.
Is it the guy with the dreadlock, the big fat black guy with the dreadlocks? And the robot arm? Okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I don't know why you're sticking around.
Ugh! Ugh! Fucking Marilyn Manson stage props.
Also, Eve, take your damn clothes off. Roy Vasquez,
Oh, what in the fuck is this?
currently playing
The door
through-
that wakes and... Oh, that's wonderful.
just out for a stroll. as you
Yeah,
do.
just...
He's out for his constitutional.
Indeed. I'm not out for my constitutional yet. I don't have a gun. Oh, shit.
Rui Vasquez currently playing through Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Clan Quest
Yes, sir.
mod while waiting for the sequel. I want to believe it will be good. Do you have any favorite mods for any game? I have to say I'm loving Revision for Deus Ex, but mods. What are your favorite mods?
Of course, the Taffer Patcher editions and the HD texture upgrade for Thief 2 and Thief Gold, which really, fix a lot. I also have to say, is it not T-Fix, but oh, there's a mod for Thief 3 for Deadly Shadows that basically gets rid of the loading zones and also improves the graphics and all that fun shit. And that mod is absolutely sensational. Just basic playability fixes, and then, of course, it takes away those bullshit loading portals, which is fantastic. And there we go. Okay.
And there's a host of like mods for Unreal Tournament that I used to play that I just fucking love. Conrad
amount?
Ford donated 20. Thank you very much.
Woo-hoo. Here we go. All right, now one of the big fixes, and you guys saw this on the last stream. One of the big fixes here is that fucking flashlight issue.
Oh yeah. Where it projected behind you.
Which that is a problem that appears, if I remember correctly, on the 360 backwards compatible version of this.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't appear on the original Xbox version on account of the original Xbox version is superior. But it does appear in the backwards compatible version. Oh dear.
The fucking filter looks so good in the apartment building.
It does.
God.
It's so effective because it creates this it's more than just like here's some film grain to make it look more cinematic. Thematically it fits the game too, because the whole point of the game and the whole prevailing sense you get throughout the early chapters of the game is there's something distorted about the way James is remembering things. There's something in his memory that he can't reach. And there's something about the way he's looking and interacting with the world that's almost like dreamlike. He's myopic. There's a myopic quality to it. and everything from the distorted way the enemies are presented to the actual film grain filter bears that out. And holy fuck! Ah! If you're a leg man, have I got a vacation spot for you?
Jesus.
But there's
Glad
something
James-
just ever so distorted about it. Like, there's just certain things he can't reach, right? Like, even this, right? Every time you go into a kitchen in one of these apartments, the camera refuses to follow you. You notice
Yeah.
that? Like, you can't control the camera at that point. It just is. And yet, the camera's not controlled anywhere else in the apartment building. These are deliberate design decisions to make you feel ever so slightly like the world that James is perceiving is just this side of, like, out of phase. I remember the first time I played this, just having this weird kind of like, is this actually happening? Kind of a feeling, which is 100% what the designers were going for.
Camino Uni would like to know if you've ever seen the Red Green show.
Oh, of course I have. Keep your stick on the ice. Whoa! Whoa! Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's so annoying. The longest reach is overhead, but just the common swing is it. Oh god, you have to be right up next to them.
Okay, are we... Yeah, I could use a little healing. What do we got here?
Conrad Ford
Handgun
says
bullets, but no handgun, I know. What the fuck?
that was the scariest thing ever.
That was unfair.
Conrad Ford donates 20. Thank you very much. Thoughts on candidate Hickenlooper promising illegals 10-year visas
Oh, are you fucking
immediately
Well, this
and
is...
a pathway to citizenship. He also wants free health care for illegals nationwide.
What did I tell you at the outset was going to happen in this Democratic primary? And this is one of the reasons, in addition to Trump's innate incumbent advantage. What did I tell you guys when people were predicting Trump can't possibly win, blah, 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 blah? What they're failing to take into account is for the next fucking year and change, all we're going to be hearing is the Democrats trying to out-socialist each other. There's not any moderation in this, right? The closest to it is Biden, and I don't know if you've heard, but his comments about segregation have come back to bite him in the ass, right? Which I knew was going to happen right from the beginning. I don't know that he'll survive the primary for that reason, because he has to be leftist enough for Democrats in the primary to vote for. Shit.
That's a lot of trouble.
That's not fun.
Well, this is the 44 Magnum Automag. It holds a 300 grain cartridge. And if properly used, it can remove the fingerprints.
Yes!
The man paid good money. We might as well skip right to him for now.
Is there?
The Shadow Loaf Knows donates 50 pounds.
Nice.
Hello, Goyam. Been a long
sir.
time since I've caught you guys live. But just wondering, seeing as I already know what Razor and Eve's thoughts are on this, what would you say is the most unattractive thing a man can be?
Oof.
Be, do, or have, T-Boogie. Oh, donate 50 pounds just to get my opinion?
They can be, do, or have?
Unattractive thing a man can be is a coward. Most unattractive thing he could do, is probably only care about himself. Like a lot of those fucking annoying ass Instagram guys.
Oh, God.
Or, and to have... unattractive thing to have. A Hawaiian shirt.
An unironic Hawaiian shirt. For me, to have would be a fucking beanie. Fuck that shit. There, no good can come from a man in a beanie, and if he has a beard, it's like a monster combo. Most unattractive thing a man can be. I mean, what the fuck? It sucks because she's off doing something right now, so she can't answer this. But unattractive thing a man can be. You know, I'm gonna say
1776 will commence again.
I'm gonna say fucking stoner. And most unattractive thing they can do, rationalize their own failings. Oh, here we go. Like, justify them. Basically, if you make mistakes, that's fine, even if they're mistakes born from character flaws. But if you can't acknowledge the character flaws, then you can never address the problem. No!
Hey, wait!
What a cunt! Way to cuss in front of a child.
So we should also point out that the cutscenes have been altered too.
Yes.
Because it's in widescreen and the game originally wasn't in widescreen.
Mm-hmm.
You would see characters like walk, quote unquote, walk off screen, and their character model would just freeze.
Oh, it's Second Amendment time, folks. Are you ready to exercise your constitutional rights? I am. Merca! This is how you know Silent Hill's in America. You just find a handgun in a shopping cart.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it works, right?
Right.
I found like 5 on the way over here.
According to that shitty shoot-'em-up movie. All right, let's go. Here we go.
But thank you again, Shadow Loaf, for that donation.
Godspeed, sir.
Oh, listen to that music.
Yep. And the most amazing thing about it is, as good as this soundtrack is, arguably Akira Yamaoka went from strength to strength, got even better. Now, what did I do here? What did I need specifically?
You have the flashlight, you have the gun, you've got the map.
I think I might need to go down that hallway where those fucking plasticine gimps were north of here. The fuck? Uh-oh. Oh, look who it is! Hi!
And yes,
And that's
he
why they
glows.
call him the Red Pyramid. Red is thematically being the color of both blood and of rust, which indicates age. This is why at the end of the game you have the new egg and the old egg.
Yeah.
And the old egg is rusted.
Mm-hmm.
The old blood and the new blood. And I'll explain that further if we ever get that far.
The eggs, those aren't until...
And that is James himself, in case you can't tell.
Yeah. God, with this
detail.
high definition, you can actually see that's James's hair.
Yep.
Mercenary says, seriously though, I was checking your webpage on Google and stuff, and from 6 o'clock until just before 9, I never saw anything about a live show. And I've got the damn bell clicked. Because at this point, I will not be surprised that they are getting ready to... And it just ends. I guess somebody got him.
Key to room 202. I believe I need a key to the clock. Yeah. Need the key to the clock, so I gotta go Splitsville from here.
That's not a bad thought there. People are surmising that James has killed himself and that this is hell.
Well, that would make sense, but for the canon ending.
Yeah. But I'm saying, playing through this for the first time, that's not a bad guess.
Yeah, not really. Ah!
Looks like James had information that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. Yes, indeed, somber gently.
The egg of old blood actually represents Vince Foster.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Walk in the hallway, too big.
Fuck
Look
yeah,
out,
man.
it's coming right for us.
Dong, 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 dong.
Don't ever do that again.
I can't help it. I was raised in the 90s.
Mr. Mosby says, Taryn, don't let these guys beat you down. You're a god. I worship the ground you walk on.
Or you walk on the ground he worships, whichever.
I mean, you know, I just happen to be.
Fuck you. Going Charles Bronson on these bitches. Okay, 202 was it? Okay, it's down the hall.
Conrad Ford would like to know, have you and Taryn played Sunset Riders on the SNES? Fun, but hard. Would be a cool stream if you're interested in it.
I never have. No, I've never played Sunset Riders. I've heard it's really good, though.
Howling Warwolf.
Yeah, I always see it because the Filiberto's has an arcade machine of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not the best maintained arcade machine. Okay, what do we have here? Nice little touch there. Red, the color of our good friend. This always creeped me out. I don't know why, but there's a moment here where, like, there's a legit attempt at a jump scare. And yet, that moment scares me considerably less than the fucking butterflies flying around you, which is just weird. I remember vividly at the time, dead butterflies on the bed and ground, there's nothing else of interest here. I don't know, the butterflies just always creeped me out. It's too dark to tell for sure, but I think there's something on the other side of the hole. Will you investigate? There's a lot of attempts to make you uncomfortable by forcing you to do things that are not normal.
Yeah.
Like this. In order to progress in the game. And of course, the imagery of the hole is not lost on anyone. There's a lot of imagery of holes and pistons going into holes, and
yeah, there's just so much like subtext and metaphors.
Well, and Team Silent so understood horror and the natures of, like, the motivations of horror. You know, if you watch the interviews with the team, I think it was Sato who did all the cutscenes, scripted all of them, animated all of them, and was one of the main people responsible for... Oops, the clock is actually what I need. He said, you know... The problem a lot of horror has is that it tries to be really specific with, like, a creepy scenario or a creepy premise or a creepy villain or whatever, and they don't think about, like, what actually scares human beings and unsettles them to the core.
Too bad you're not.
Oh!
Why?
Because if you were, you'd be able to bend over and kiss your ass goodbye.
Gotta watch that fucking movie again.
Oh, good movie. Savage Streets. But Sato, he was like, you know, they don't really focus enough on what actually preoccupies people's thoughts in terms of what they're horrified by. And he said the two things that everyone's horrified by are sex and death. Everything. So if you want to frighten people deeply, then you have to think deeply about sex and death. Which is why so many of the enemies in this game are reflections of James's sexual frustration and things like that. They're wearing thongs, and they're composed of nothing but legs and shit like that. It's funny because in a weird way, this is a very feminist game. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, here's a guy who did a bad thing largely because of his sexual frustration, right? So
I don't like mayonnaise.
the monsters being composed of nothing but legs and nothing but genitals and whatever are a reflection of the fact that, like, he was so obsessed with it that he did this horrible twisted thing. And they're a reflection of his sort of twisted interpretation of what that is. All right, so I'll have to read that document again just to make sure, but I think Henry is the shorthand.
Just look at the first letters of each name.
3 different sizes. Yeah. Henry's short and slow. Scott can't stop. So Scott's the long hand. Henry's the short hand. And Mildred, I think, stays put.
For the uninitiated, that's hours, seconds, and minutes.
Right. For the uninitiated to what? The concept of time?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes. That's what I meant.
Okay, I believe I have to use the clock key. Actually, it's cool. You can, people don't do this enough. Actually examine their items. You can actually alter the ending of this game by examining items.
Yeah. Like I said before, I mean, there's so much to this game that recreating it would cost just millions.
And what team would have the attention to detail that Team Silent did?
They would have to be fans because, I mean, I don't think there's any way you're getting Team Silent back together.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Especially under Konami.
Well, Konami's not even really a video game company anymore, you know.
Well, that's not true. They make pachinko machines. God, that hurt me a little inside.
Yeah, did it. No way. Just think for a moment about all the IPs they're holding hostage. Just think about it. Hey, you want a new Castlevania? Tough shit.
Howling Warwolf says Reginald Denny was an innocent truck driver pulled from his vehicle and nearly beaten to death at the start of the LA riots.
Oh, okay.
007 Cloud says, sad that Lynn is not a popular character. She's better than most female characters out there. Yeah, I'm shocked she's never been in a Marvel vs. Capcom. She really should be.
Okay, let's...
Monty says, just bought the Eidos Anthology on sale on Steam for $90. It has all the Thief, Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, and a whole slew of other Eidos games. Should I play through chronologically or newest
Hitman?
first?
Play through what chronologically? It depends on what series you're talking about. If you're talking about Thief, yes.
Maybe he means all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Oh, that's just creepy and unsettling. I love how they do that, by the way. Just a nice little touch. No major significance, but, you know, you walk into a hallway and it shoots from your angle. It looks at you, so you don't really know what's in front of you until you hit the camera button.
Peyton Slade would like to know if we ever consider Max Payne or 1 for a stream.
I don't... I mean... yeah, speaking of that sexual imagery... What symbolism?
Bring me a body bag.
Good goddamn timing. Good shit. Now this has always freaked me out. He like opens his... He can like open the front of his mask thing in this. The fuck? One of the best designed monsters ever, and not for the visual, which is unfortunately what everybody copies, but for what he represents, of course,
Right.
which is what has been lost in all the subsequent games.
Just every time. Oh, we've got to bring back Pyramid Head. Like, no, you
And I
don't.
understand if you, it's kind of a different thing, whatever. What I think the biggest problem he has is just redundancy in certain circumstances. You know, like, oh, so easy to miss that. Because if you look at how he's handled, like, I don't think Homecoming is too bad of a game. It's all right. It's not utterly terrible. But if you look at Pyramid Head in that, like, he could have been cut out of that and replaced with another monster, right? He basically serves the exact same function as in Silent Hill 2. The exact same one, just a lot less well written. Ugh! Fuck you. Actually, I think Pyramid Head took care of that.
Yeah. White Wolf says, evening all. Chances of a Doom 2016 stream. Since you're playing a roller game, pitch an Iron Fist and Luke Cage game. Godspeed. I mean, it would be just the same. You could make it like Arcade Brawler, or you could make it like Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
Make it like God Hand.
Yeah. But Doom 2016, what do you think?
We already did a stream of that.
Cool.
Whoa. Fuck. I can hear him, but I can't see him. This game probably, and of course 3 and 4 and 1, like the first 4 Silent Hill games rather.
There it is.
They're pretty much the only games other than the Thief series to me that use audio the way it's used here.
Yeah.
To such psychological effect and environmental effect.
Do you remember, like, the huge, I want to say, 10 to 12 year gap where we didn't get sound quality close to this good in video games?
I mean, when's the last time you heard it this good?
Yeah. I mean, it's
really.
I mean, Jesus.
It's fucked, man. The degradation. I mean, this is 2001, guys. This is still, in a lot of ways, and to a lot of people, the peak of the Silent Hill series. Still, you know, a lot of people didn't care for 3. I thought it was okay. I don't think it's amazing. But 3, you know, a lot of people didn't care for. 4, I think, is magnificent, but a lot of people have a problem with 4 as well.
Oh, people would point out Alien Isolation.
Ooh, good answer, actually. Yeah, it was used very well in that. The way, it's actually very similar. The way you can hear it moving through the vents before, you know, doesn't necessarily mean it's right next to you. Doesn't mean it's necessarily going to pop out at you. But just knowing it's in the vents is so fucking unsettling.
Right.
I love that the alien doesn't give a fuck whether or not you know where it is.
It doesn't have to. It's invincible.
Exactly. Which is horrifying.
The thing can fucking breathe in space. It doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, here we go.
Perfect organism.
I admire its purity.
Dinglebritches says, heard that you got a Cane Corso on
Yes.
the other stream.
Yes, sir.
Excellent choice. Mine is a terrific guard dog and does really well with my toddler.
Yeah, they're good with kids. I've had no problems with kids. You do have to be careful to socialize them only because they can be scared of strangers. You know, you don't want them to be afraid of strangers, so you do have to take them out. Whenever somebody walks by, you try and introduce them, have them pet them, know it's okay. You know, that's the only thing. But other than that, they're absolutely magnificent. That's why I got one.
Please take this donation and invest it into a backhoe for upcoming Uber turds.
Indeed.
Demaster says, ideally, how should currency be printed and its value determined so we don't end up with worthless money that countries are trillions
What am I doing?
of in debt?
I'm going the wrong way.
Basically, you're looking for advice on Venezuela?
I know, indeed. Unless your currency is, I do strongly feel we need to go, maybe not the gold standard, whatever physical value standard we can possibly have, we need to go back to. Unless your money is backed up with something, I feel strongly that, yes, initially you might be okay in the sense that people are trading against your innate commercial value and economic value, that there's actually an argument to be made there. But ultimately, there has to be something behind it. It's like, I liken it to international diplomacy. Hell, I liken it to...
Rocket launcher.
Whoa! I liken it to a bit what Donald Trump recently did on the world stage, which is, yeah, you can kind of warn somebody against something, but ultimately, unless there's at least the threat of force, what is there to actually persuade them to do that?
Right. Someone take Shadow Loaf's wallet away from him. He just donated another 100 pounds.
Holy shit.
Recently bought a PS Classic.
Oh,
bought
dear.
it for 10 pounds, and I still kind of regret it.
Oh, my, you poor
man,
bastard.
we could have warned you, man.
Ugh.
Apparently you can plug a keyboard into that shit and, like, access the debug menu.
Oh, my God.
I'm not kidding. But do you have any recommended PS games I could hack? I mean, legally purchase through a licensed retailer
Right!
for a console that doesn't accept additional games. Cough. Enjoy my shekels.
Indeed. Definitely Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Definitely Street Fighter Alpha 3. Breath of Fire 3, Breath of Fire 4. Those are always my go-tos.
Front Mission 3, Parasite Eve.
Oh, yeah, Parasite Eve 1 and 2.
Parasite Eve 1 and 2.
Oh, here's an interesting little Easter egg. This, of course, created the spin-off. Whoops.
Walter Sullivan.
The spin-off, Silent Hill 4. This is also interesting in that Silent Hill 2 and 4 are connected, and Silent Hill 1 and 3 are connected, both in terms of lore and in terms of their teams. Silent Hill 1 and 3 were largely headed up by the same team. It's all Team Silent, mind you. But and Silent Hills 2 and 4 are largely headed up by the same team, which is, I think, one of the reasons I prefer 2 and 4 to 1 and 3. It just, they had the same kind of approach, the psychological approach.
Right.
The police announced today that Walter Sullivan, who was arrested on the 18th of this month for the brutal murder of Billy Locane and his sister Miriam, committed suicide in his jail cell early on the morning of the 22nd. Now, I believe those are represented by the two-headed monsters from Silent Hill 4.
Yeah, Billy and Miriam Locane. Yeah.
I believe so.
I think one is male and one is female. The heads.
Yes. According to the police statement, Sullivan used a soup spoon to stab himself in the neck, severing his carotid artery. By the time the guard discovered him, Sullivan was dead from blood loss, the spoon buried 2 inches in his neck. An old schoolmate of Walter Sullivan's from his hometown of Pleasant River said, "He didn't look like the type of guy who would kill kids, but I do remember that just before they arrested him, he was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff like, 'He's trying to kill me. He's trying to punish me. The monster. The red devil. Forgive me. I did it, but it wasn't me.' The schoolmate then added, 'I guess now that I think of it, he was kind of crazy.'"
Maybe just a little.
Just a smidge?
People are also recommending Dino Crisis, Valkyrie Profile,
Silent
and
Hill 1.
Silent Hill 1. Vagrant
It's a
Story.
masterpiece.
But yeah, thanks very much, Shadowloaf. Where did I leave off?
We now head to the courtyard.
Oh, did you fully answer the currency? How should it be
Yes.
printed and valued?
Yes.
Okay. Alex says, "Hey, Razor and
Oh,
Debo just
dear.
finished playing Ghost of a Tale.
Oh, great game.
Did that game manage to melt and break your heart as much as it did mine?"
Oh, man. Guys, if you like stealth, if you like fantasy, and especially if you like stuff like Watership Down and Redwall, you owe it to yourself to go grab Ghost of a Tale. It's cheap. Seath, the guy who made it, is a former animator for Don Bluth, and for Disney as well, I believe. So it's got this great kind of old school Disney fantasy art style, almost like the Black Cauldron, or I don't know how to describe it. It's just really, really cool. It's basically the Redwall game you never thought you'd get. Oh God. Being pursued by gimp monsters.
I felt threatened.
You know, you put a Sailor Mercury outfit on it, it could be a YouTube reviewer.
Yeah. When I see it. 007 Cloud says, "Hail Eve, slay queen." Eventually.
Oh, I think we're about to meet Fast Eddie.
Oh yeah, I better shut up for this.
One interesting thing, and I'll talk about this a little bit more in a moment. We'll watch this cutscene, and then I'll point out what I find interesting about Eddie. And it's something that not a lot of people talk about, but I find it really fascinating. I don't know if it's deliberate or not. Oh, that's adorable. It was a pretty girl.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie. Who's that dead guy in the kitchen?
Oh, Vince,
I swear I didn't kill anybody.
Seth Rich.
You're not friends with that red pyramid thing, are you?
Red pyramid thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. But I did see some weird looking monsters. They scared the hell out of me, so I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
I told you, I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh? Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
That was a good line delivery by Guy Seehee, actually.
Yeah, I noticed every time when he talks about his business in Silent Hill.
Yeah, he gets really
goes totally
monotone.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a good attention to detail from him. So the thing I find interesting about Eddie, I don't know if anybody's connected these dots, is that him and James look really similar. And I've wondered for a long time if Eddie isn't like... He came to Silent Hill for basically the exact same reason James did. Unlike Angela, it's actually a different reason, a totally different reason. But Eddie, it's 1-to-1, it's the exact same reason he ran to Silent Hill, except for the letter from the dead wife, obviously. That's the only difference. He's corpulent and selfish and a murderer and all kinds of horrible shit. I've wondered for a long time if Eddie isn't meant to represent, like, the most selfish side of James Sunderland. If he's not really so much a person as, like, a reflection of James's disgust with himself.
There's just so many fucking layers to this game.
I have no confirmation of that from the developers or anything, but it's an interesting idea to consider. Holy fucking shit. Jesus. What? There's a sightseeing brochure for the town is lying here. This ought to be an illuminating read. Welcome to Silent Hill.
Treat.
Silent Hill, a quiet little lakeside resort town. We're happy to have you. Take some time out of your busy schedules and enjoy a nice, restful vacation here. Row after row of quaint old houses, a gorgeous mountain landscape, and a lake which shows different sides of its beauty with the passing of the day, from sunrise to late afternoon to sunset. Silent Hill will move you and fill you with a feeling of deep peace. I hope your time here will be pleasant and your memories will last forever. Yeah, you'll rest in peace. Editor Roger Widmark.
My life is a complex pastiche. Donates 20. Thank you very much. Supraiser and Boogie T9988. I ain't got a pun tonight, but instead of was wondering if you'd ever do a Rageaholic Cinema on Bone Tomahawk. If you don't know, it's a Western horror.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's all right. I was a little disappointed by it. I thought it went a little over the top. It was okay. I do have to kind of cringe at the fact that, you know, there's all this fucking profanity. They're tearing people in half, and there's horrible gore and guts and
really
grossness. Oh yeah, it goes way over the top with the guts and the gore. But then the Native Americans have to be covered in fucking white so you can't distinguish their race, because that would be fucking racist. They're nondescript cannibals. And it's like, come the fuck on. You're gonna show a guy's entrails getting ripped out, but woe betide he who might be racially insensitive. So fucking stupid.
Austin Ferris says, Solomon Kane, if I kill you, I am bound for hell. It is a price I shall gladly pay.
You're goddamn right. Good movie.
Ruditude.
Underrated movie. Definitely the second best the second best Robert E. Howard adaptation after the original Conan.
Ruditude says, talk about Tifa's ethical tits. Did you hear about this?
Sony's ethics department.
Fuck them. Ethics. How is it ethical to tell an artist you can't draw or create a character this way? Fuck them.
And it's not just that. Like, people are focusing on the rack. I honestly don't... Like, to me, okay, if you were changing how she looked just to make her look a little bit less anime because you're going with a different art style, that'd be one thing. I don't think I would really care, right? That would be a unified decision to make the game. Honestly, that's what they should have said, to be perfectly honest. Because it's not like she's flat-chested or looks like a 15-year-old boy or anything. But, you know, if they had said that, I think I would have been all right with it. It's all the extra shit on top of it. It's censoring the Honeybee Inn sequence. Apparently now it's not even a fucking brothel, right? It's that... Everything that comes with that, the whole deluge of dog shit that came tumbling after, that's the real problem with Sony's ethics department. And incidentally, you know, being taught ethics from Sony is like getting a fucking chastity lecture from Charlie Sheen. Where are we going here?
007 Cloud says,
Okay.
why we did not get a Predator sequels featuring the biggest action stars from the 80s and beyond.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Yeah, think about it. Get one with Stallone in there.
He could have been in a Predator movie, man. Okay, what do I need to do? I can't exactly remember. I think I need to get over into the other building, correct? Let's check my inventory real quick. Oh, right. I got the coin, which I think you use those in the other building.
I believe so, yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Minarchist says,
interesting factoid about this. You know, you read the letter from Mary. Later on in the game, that may just change.
Yeah.
A little bit. There's your photo of Miss Mary. Always examine the items in your inventory.
9/11.
Speaking of a game released in 2001. Do we have any new keys or anything in the inventory? I think it's just the coins. So really I just need to get... Wait. Key to door leading from hallway to fire escape. Okay, so which fire escape is that exactly?
Oh, the one at the end of the hall, I think?
What's the... Ah, there we go.
Minarchist
Yeah,
says,
it's on the second floor.
when is the Steiner promo rant video coming?
A rant or effusive praise?
Mr. E's Absurdities and Atrocities says, congrats on 10K. On BitChute, that is.
Yeah, indeed!
Have a
You can
great
actually
evening.
say it accurately now, although now it's up to like 15K. We're rolling on fucking BitChute, guys.
Good night, Kenny.
Let that be a lesson to you aspiring YouTubers. You do not have to bend a knee to fucking YouTube to get an audience. And you might actually find a bigger audience on BitChute because you're not going to be buried in the fucking search results if you say the word fucking fanny.
The wail of a dying coyote says, hold on. There we go. No dad joke tonight, gents. I have an actual question. Razor, several centuries ago, you had a giveaway on your channel. In that video, you revealed your glorious god pupper Duke.
Yep.
Whatever happened to Duke?
He's still here. He's part of the Razor Force Thought Patrol.
Yeah, Duke's fine.
Yeah, Duke's fantastic. And he gets along real great with Cicero as well, which is awesome.
Stealth Creation says, some interesting news. Apparently, the Clinton curse has hit Germany as Merkel is now starting to shake in physical fits worse than Hillary Clinton's stress ball.
Yeah.
At her wedding renewal vows. Your thoughts?
Or simply getting into a van. I mean, did Merkel look particularly well to you to begin with? Woman has jowls like a basset hound.
Yeah. That's just age.
That or fucking kidney dysfunction. What the fuck?
Rod Howard says,
looks like she's gonna blow away in the wind.
Make sure to give Eve the old Bethesda smack whenever she swears. It's unbecoming of a lady. That's what I do whenever I hear Ikumi Nakamura swear.
Okay, here we go. Fire escape. Yes, I believe it's time to get to the other building. I love that they kind of recycled this in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring me a body bag.
building next door if I go through the window in front of me. Hey, whatevs.
Up against Special Yaks.
It's the
says,
Knight of Broken Glass here.
Hey, Razor and Teebs. Just got finished playing Ghost of a Tale. Be honest with me. Oh,
You did already read that?
Yeah, except he changed his name. God fucking spade you unnaturally.
Here's
beautiful
another
guy.
example of what we're talking about here, where they force you to do really weird, uncomfortable shit to progress in the game. Looks like a wallet. There's some kind of memo in it. 18, 19, 12. Oh, 18 right, 19 left, 12 right, 17 left. Is that it?
Mute Gamer says, Hooked on Phonics is only $300. Let's all pitch in to help Taryn. Anyway, Razor, you should check out
video game version going, or
check out the upcoming title Judgment for PS4, a game by the Yakuza devs about lawyer turned private investigator with an apparent noir theme.
Huh. Could be cool, although I don't know how much I trust the Yakuza guys to do. Wallet in toilet bowl. That's quite a name for a document. 12 right.
.007 Cloud says play more manly games like Golden Axe and Shinobi.
19. Ah, shit, I went too far. Fuck.
It's always the worst.
I know. Let me recheck that. Hold on.
I'll even pause the questions so you can. 18, 19, 12, 17.
Cool. No?
18, 19, 12, 17.
Okay, maybe I'm doing it wrong. It's backwards. 18. 19. 12. There we are. Yeah, I was doing it backward. Ooh, I fucking found Charles Bronson's fucking foot safe. Wildy's here. Can you imagine if somebody modded Wildy into this game?
Killing with one shot.
Oh! Fuck you.
Miguel Ulmo
dear.
says, when the hell are they gonna make a Batman vs. Predator movie? When they're desperate. And it'll be an animated movie, I guarantee it.
You mean they're not desperate every time they make an Alien vs. Predator movie?
Yeah.
Those movies suck.
They're awful.
What do we got here? I don't have a map of this area. Oh, now I do.
Nice.
Speak of the Debo.
A suspicious mustache says, hey Razor, Lady Razor, and T-Boogie. Thoughts on leftism seeping into STEM fields. Being in STEM, it seems to me that many conservatives ignore some serious infiltration and manipulation since the sciences are objective disciplines.
I don't know about objective. There's been a lot of that. I mean, oh fuck, what the fuck? Are those? Oh god, are those bugs?
Yeah.
Are those roaches? Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll see by the light of my gunfire. Alright, there we go. What the fuck? And so the every door is locked Silent Hill meme was born. Although it's much worse in Silent Hill 3.
But any more thoughts about leftism seeping into STEM fields?
I mean, I could have told you that. I remember I had a private tutor in high school who she had been a scientist and talked to me extensively about how ideological it had gotten. And that was a long time ago, man. So I imagine it's only exacerbated in the intervening years. So that doesn't surprise me at all. And that was, I believe she was a chemical and like drug scientist. You know, like a pharmacy type of a scientist. Pharmacological, if you will. Something written on the desk. To the right is the lady, to the left is the old one. What are you, Norm Macdonald? In the center crawls the other. Yeah, I got you.
Mercenary says,
do I have them all?
If what praying medic said is true, Trump got the CIA out of Iran just like he did with North Korea before the peace talks. As for Zelda, Wind Waker had 2 direct sequels, Phantom Hourglass and then Spirit Tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it did.
All were very good. Yeah, on the 3DS.
And Majora's Mask is fucking awesome, and you need to play it.
Miguel Olmo says, no joke, this is the thing. Archie versus the Predator is a comic.
It is.
A really funny one and brutal. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, it's a real thing. There are a few things the Archie series would not do to amplify its slumping sales, not least of which hiring Mark Waid for anything at all.
Conrad Ford says, thoughts on Mesa?
Oh, hello.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's you.
Ish.
Yeah, I'm James.
I love that they reuse this in the movie.
Angela.
Angela, okay. I don't know what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really?
You know, I got a gun. You can get it done right.
But you're the same as me. It's easier just to run. Besides, is what we deserve.
No, I'm not like you.
You afraid? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you
Like
find
I said,
your mother?
Drop it!
Yeah, she's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say? How do you know that?
I remember this cutscene
Well,
being really fucked
just
up in the
figured,
original
'cause
PC version.
This is where you're looking for her. How else would I
Glitched
know?
and shit.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this
Those are
town
some
anyway?
hipster mom jeans right there.
I'm sorry.
She's got some Skechers going on.
Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
I don't know.
She's dead?
Maybe because there's roving monsters all over the place.
I'm not crazy. At least, I don't think so.
Maybe do a double take on that one, James.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
Yeah, being a woman, you probably would.
What about that?
Would you like to fix me a sandwich?
You hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
If I kept it. I'm not sure what I might do. No! Oh, I'm sorry.
You're sure you're the crazy one, James?
I feel bad. Please don't.
She seems to have a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
A good 40-plus-year-old head on her shoulders. All right.
Conrad Ford says, thoughts on Mesa PD killing that shaver guy?
Hold on a second. Okay, these are all the same. Are you talking about the call they responded to where the guy was shooting like pigeons on the roof and then he was like in the hallway and wasn't complying with directions, but he was also drunk, so he couldn't like fully comply, and then they gunned him the living shit down in like the hallway? Is that one? That was from a while ago.
I don't recall.
That was from like over a year ago, I think. That one, I don't agree with that kill at all. Because they're giving him so many directions, and also he was getting directions from like 2 different cops too, which is really like, it just seems like the cops were really fucking inexperienced or too hyped up or something. Like it just, you know, I didn't agree with that one at all. I believe that was Mesa PD. I mean, the most recent thing, the fucking Phoenix PD police brutality shit that those 2 morons are suing the city for $10 million over, that's complete bullshit. Knowing now that they evaded capture and forced the police to pursue, that after they were told that the police were coming, they ran away, that casts it all in a fairly different light. It's rather interesting the media didn't feel the need to report that one. You a fucking, what the fuck?
No, Fat Taku. Angela is not James's daughter. James, Angela, and Eddie are all in Silent Hill for separate reasons. They're all going through their own sort of...
Yeah, they've all got their own individual stories. It's pretty clear she killed someone and is running away. And it's pretty clear Eddie... Well, fuck. Eddie... We just caught Eddie killing someone.
We really need to push through a lot of these. David NS84 says, with the Dem House and Pelosi's big tech ties, I doubt the holy censorship bill would pass. A Dem bill would have better chances, given Pelosi's comments about the tech regulation.
And this is like...
After her deep fake video.
Yeah.
But they don't want a Trump GOP win. Thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't see that, and that's the thing, like... Shit. If you wanted some shit to actually change, you know, midterms were the time to make sure that would happen. And, oh, that's pleasant. And while there was not really a blue wave, as even CNN admitted, you know, allowing them to take the House even by a fairly slim margin was a massive, grievous fucking error. And, okay, is there anything in here that I actually need, or... Oh, right, I need to open... Where's that fucking thing? Where'd I leave it at? Is it on another floor? I think it's on the 3rd, right? Or is it on the 1st? I think it's on the 1st.
Danny, numero 6, says, I've been writing my own noir screenplay lately. I'm about 20 pages into it, so I'm about done with the first act. Do you have any advice for writing the rest of the script, and would you like to read it when it's done?
I don't have time to, but I would say my biggest advice is hammer out in the same way I would write it the same way I write stories. Outline every scene, what happens in it, write that out first. Here you go. Boom. This happens in this scene. This happens in that scene. That happens in this scene. Because then you get to just have fun connecting the dots. You get to have fun with the dialogue and fun with writing the action or whatever the fuck. It really takes the pressure off, and you're going to write your story a lot faster and a lot freer. Okay. Right lady, left old one. Okay, cool. This is like insultingly simple. I probably should have put these puzzles on normal.
So that was all you had to say about that?
Yeah, that'd be my advice.
Emperor Caesar says, "Hell yeah, Razor Dude, Alien vs. Predator was
We're not just gonna let you walk out of here. Who's we, sucker? Smith and Wesson and me.
No.
Alien vs. Predator was part of the pinnacle of Capcom's arcade glory days.
Really
this
was.
game is my top 5 arcade beat 'em ups, just above Cadillacs and dinosaurs. God fucking speed.
Lynn House Key. Now, what exactly would that open?
It's one of the apartments.
Yeah, it's one of the apartments. I think it's on the second floor.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget to save.
I know.
Wiggles says, when are you going to wake up and see that Sega's Phantasy Star is far superior to Final Fantasy?
I've always believed Phantasy Star was superior to Final Fantasy. Phantasy Star was awesome back in the day. Whoa.
NC Self says, hey Razor, look forward to your review of Vulcan Love Slave 3. Tuvok's cock ring.
Ugh.
The Airplane says,
yeah,
hey,
but with modern day Star Trek, Tuvok's love slave would be named Gary.
The Airplane
probably
says,
be Neelix, actually.
Hey, you Nigerian princes who aren't scams. I'm turning 21 Monday, and I'm heading to a houseboat for a week of drinking and boating badassness, I should say.
Badassness? This is fixed, too. I remember this having a bunch of missing textures and all kinds of fun shit.
I've got one question. No Sabaton? God fucking speak.
You knew it was going to happen eventually.
JB Upry says, bless me, Saint Fist. Tomorrow I start my 100-mile hike around Mount Rainier in western Washington. It will be my second hike of that distance, but still nervous. Wish me luck, and thank you for all you do.
Sweet. I hiked.
Don't get eaten by a bear.
Biggest hike I ever did was the Mogollon Rim. Which was not fun.
Howling Fang says, thoughts on Snowden and thoughts on John Stossel.
Okay, here we go. Snowden's a fucking hack, always was. Don't trust him. Never did. Not particularly principled either. You know, basically the guy ran off to Russia to save his ass. That's essentially. Oh God, not this stairway. Is this stairway? Is this the stairway?
Have you been to the Lynn house yet?
Yes.
I can't recall if there's anything left to do in this area.
Is this the stairway? It's definitely not the stairway to heaven. Yup! Oh God! No!
Have fun.
Yeah, fun is what we're gonna have here.
Pyramid Head.
Red Pyramid.
Why aren't you moving?
You kind of have to wait for him to go past, if I remember correctly.
Why aren't you shooting?
Because it doesn't do anything. Ah! He gets slowed down by your bullets, if I remember correctly, but that's it. You can't!
The stairwell is flooded.
Yeah, see, there's water over there. Fuck you, pal. No! Okay, so I'll just wait for him to initiate his little animation and then run the fuck away. Eek! Luckily, he's slow as shit.
And he's getting around a time where it's time to go.
Come on! The fuck out of here!
How long does this
No,
No!
You got fucking lucky.
I did.
And now it should be about time for him to leave. Forget how long this boss fight is.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Past him now.
Oh, that was close.
Just out of range. Come on, leave.
Come on, you shit dick. Fuckity fuck. Can I? Will it hurt him? If it's from behind? He seems to enjoy it from behind. Seems to be an ass man.
He's a pitcher, not a catcher.
Oh, that's not cool. That is not cool. That was. Whoa. Get the fuck out of here!
There. Run past him.
Siren. Siren. No!
Oh!
What was that?
And that was the end, too.
That was the... He fucking... What are you talking about? He moved with me. You saw him. He spanned like a fucking top.
I know you should have moved.
But we actually should cut it there. It's like 11:44. Unless you want to beat him.
It's late.
Of course I want to fucking beat him.
All right, beat him.
Ugh. He seems to want to as well.
I thought there's a checkpoint right there.
No, I saved.
Were they having sex?
I'm not sure you'd want to call it that.
You'd not want to...
What was that?
There's a reason they call him the Fiend. Ugh. Pyramid Head is a bit of a degenerate. Come on, initiate your stupid animation.
I'm sorry. What did you call it?
Degenerate.
Oh. I thought you called him Pyramid Head.
You did call him Pyramid Head.
Oh, shut up.
A hypocrite.
Merely inconsistent. Your heathen ways are rubbing off on me. Oh no! No.
The very rare.
No.
Rare punch animation.
He'll grab you and he'll stick his fucking tongue in your throat or whatever the fuck. Yeah, there's a tongue under that fucking pyramid.
We don't know what's under that thing.
Has he ever showed it?
No. Never.
Motherfucker. like the first one a
The
lot.
first one's great. The second one's a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, it's a travesty.
Is the second one that blonde chick?
Yeah.
And Jon Snow.
It's like the worst fucking exploitative Silent Hill 3 adaptation-ish kind of thing, but not really.
I saw the second one, but I was confused because I don't know a lot about Silent Hill.
Oh, you were confused?
Oh,
You
neither
mean-
do the filmmakers. That's okay.
You mean you weren't able to catch up when they literally stopped the movie for 15 minutes and explained it to the fucking audience? That was the worst shit ever.
But enough about Blade Runner 2049.
It was my first impression of Silent Hill, like movie-wise.
Whoa! Come on, motherfucker. Play that siren. Play that fucking siren.
And I thought Pyramid Head was the good guy.
He kind of was in that one.
Yeah.
Because he saved that girl, right? In a
Unexpected
way.
heal. Yeah, Parasite, we saw it. Well, we're gonna get to them all at the end of the stream. We'll do just a huge chunk.
Come on, you ass munch.
It's just about that time now. Come on. There it is. Just get to the other corner. Okay, good.
I'm
You're
running
good.
away.
You can, if you
Run
actually
away!
come towards the camera, I think you can actually see him go down.
Do I want to?
No.
I'm trying to. Why did you tell me to go down?
To the camera! To the camera, not to the fucking stairwell.
No, the only way you can see down the stairwell is if you approach from that angle.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. If I had approached, I did it earlier. If you approach that edge, you actually can't see down the stairwell.
But why didn't you move?
Because he follows you. I did move. He literally spins to kill you.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Would have used a bit more caution.
I'd remind you, we did this once before on a previous stream, and I got it on the first try. All right.
I would save your bullets for just slowing him down.
Doesn't even seem like he runs out of bullets.
You get a lot of ammo in this game. Especially if you're not, like, gunning down everything in the street.
The fuck? Do your fucking attack animation whenever, shithead. Look at this shit.
He wants that booty.
Come on, motherfucker. All right, go. You could probably be asking questions this whole
Okay,
time.
I don't want to break your concentration and get blamed again.
You literally told me to do the thing that got me killed. Let's establish that now.
Oh, hey. Whatever.
Let's establish this.
I'm sorry you
right now.
I'm sorry you
I
could-
was perfectly content to stand in the corner, and you told me to watch him go down the goddamn stairs.
I'm so sorry you couldn't do it correctly. Merlin's Jester says, book wreck of the Nameless Day amidst the turmoil of the 100 Years' War in the Black Death, a crusader turned monk contends with the Children of Darkness. That sounds
here we
cool.
go.
Is that a book?
I think.
That sounds cool.
Only Caleb says, what are your top 5 arcade cabinets games?
Space Lords, Super Turbo, fucking... Street Fighter Alpha 3, X-Men, of course, Simpsons, and all the oldies but goldies.
Stealth Creations with Florida banning sanctuary
Good
cities.
Lord.
DNC compromising. ICE aiming for mass deporting? Question mark. Do you imagine this succeeding when folks like Molly Tidbit's mom takes in immigrants? Teen with ties to daughter's killer.
I think at the end of the day, I've said a million times, I'm gonna stay over here now.
Good, good. I hope you do.
No!
I swear to God, if you just come towards the camera, you can actually see him a little bit.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Okay, fine.
I'm staying right here. Yeah, he's down.
Something.
He's down.
My nose itches. Pussy. Sorry.
Hey! Hey, I moved toward the camera. I can't see down the stairs.
Oh,
T Boogie, is that what you said was gonna happen? Is that?
I said you could see.
Is that what you said?
Because the camera changes.
I don't see down the stairs. I'm over here and it's not happening. What's going on?
Hey, can you save?
Yes.
Please.
Well, I think actually once you go down here, you go out the door.
And also, I did not realize that there was a manual save feature to the PC.
Yes,
That's
one of
save
the
points
good, yeah.
are now rendered completely useless.
Right. Is there... Oh, no, there's, like, railing. And we are out.
Outside.
Literally where we left off on the last Silent Hill 2 stream, which is hilarious.
Well, it takes about the same amount of time to get to the same place. Harold, the knife is not a useful weapon.
Yeah.
It's just
it's
like a key item you get from another character.
It's a key item, and it can actually alter the ending.
Yes. Almost everything in all your key items in your inventory can ultimately alter the ending, which is weird.
Really cool.
But we should probably cut it there because
I'm just wandering around while you
okay,
do your thing.
Sanctuary cities. The Major Spike 9000. Eve, you made Razor a sandwich? If not, make Taryn do it.
The side chick.
Savage.
Filipino white boy, glad you finally got the enhanced Silent Hill 2 installed.
Indeed. It took a little bit of doing.
Yeah.
Someone really needs to just make a patch. Okay, guys. Like,
Yeah.
just make a self-installing patch, for Christ's sake. If the Thief community can do it, you can.
Saiyan Blade, Metal Mythos, bowling for soup.
Jesus.
Not so much.
Gaku, have you taken a look at Bloodstained? I picked it up and I'm greatly enjoying it.
Whoops.
Also, get some comic folks like Richard Meyer or EVS on a stream. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Have you seen Bloodstained?
I have.
It's cool. Cthulhu Comes says, Silent Hill 2, Electric, Smother My Waifu. Risky Sensei, how would you
Electric Stairwell.
How would you feel about a Super Metroid remake?
I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd rather have that, honestly, than another first-person shooter Metroid. Just personally, the first-person shooter Metroid shit never worked for me.
Tyler Preston, sup you three. Few questions. One for Eve. How did you and RazörFist first meet?
We were, we were in a football scrum, and we were just no. Actually, I think we first just messaged. Well, wait. Actually, we had been acquainted for a while, just like talking on Twitter or whatnot.
Well, no. It was the question how I discovered him, or.
No, that's how did you first meet?
Just
yeah.
Just messaging. That was.
Well, like, yeah, I found out who he was because I was tired of watching. Now this was, you know, I was still kind of like in and out of being like an atheist, and so I was watching like TJ. And I was like, this guy's getting fucking boring. I need to find someone else. So I'm like desperately searching for content on YouTube, and then I find him. And then I follow him on Twitter and whatever, and then I DM him. I shoot my shot, and yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah, and it was kismet. 2. You hear about how Anita Sarkeesian tried worming her way into CD Projekt Red. Yeah, we actually talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it's like I said, the most interesting aspect of that story was all the financial information we learned immediately after.
Thoughts on number 3? Thoughts on the drama happening at Rooster Teeth? I hadn't heard anything.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It always seems Rooster Teeth pops up in the news every now and then with some new fresh horse shit that's going on. It seems to happen every few months. But Rooster Teeth, like, if you just look at Rooster Teeth, their whole model is kind of unsustainable. The whole idea that everything they do is sort of provided by someone else, but better or freer.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't see them as being long for this world, anyways. But I'm not sure what specific drama you're alluding to.
And number 4, ever watched the Devilman Crybaby anime?
No.
Shadow King says, thoughts on the new Earthworm Jim 3?
Oh, I'm stoked. I find it hilarious they're doing it for, what is it, Commodore or something?
In television. I got it wrong last time. I
television?
thought it was the... Well, fuck it. I was wrong last time. But it's the new in television that's going to have it, and it's going to be exclusive. Sir Andy Kluber donates $1. Doesn't say anything, but it's appreciated. Andy Versus says, following up on the earlier point about Megadeth, Dave Mustaine's voice sounds like he's playing a generic high school bully in any given 80s cartoon.
He does kind of sound like Nelson Muntz. A little bit. Nelson Muntz with like a head cold.
Xenombine says, I don't have much to say, just wanted to throw money at you. Godspeed.
Thank you for throwing.
Does
that make me the catcher?
Just keep that in mind, says, would you fuck a Salieri for $1 million?
I'd fuck a Salieri for a gumball.
Bearded Bjorn says, Eve, the J is pronounced like a Y. You mongoloid. Also, Razor.
Well, go fjord yourself.
I watched RoboCop for the first time last night, and holy shit, it was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I corrupted her into RoboCop, although she still hasn't seen the second or the third one yet.
No, not yet. But the first one was really, really good.
Think about it. She could stay pure if you don't make her watch it.
Yeah.
Evil Dead says, if the Silent Hill series was getting a new game tomorrow, how would you want Konami, provided they had enough money to make a proper game, to go about it, and who would you want to head the project?
I would make, instead of outsourcing everything, because the truth is, and this never made any sense to me, Konami would actually have saved money having an in-house Team Silent, right? What they need to do, instead of worrying about getting all the old Team Silent members together again, is just find a bunch of guys with experience in horror games, hire them away, and make them the new Team Silent. And make sure that they know what it is. You know, people who are fans of the series, I don't care if it's in Japan or in the West or whatever, but have it be an in-house Konami Team Silent. I think that's the way forward. The outsourcing shit, the primary problem, people make this about an East versus West thing, you know. Oh, the Homecoming guys, Double Helix didn't get Silent Hill, or Vatra Games didn't get Silent Hill. It's always some Western studio doesn't get the glorious artistic Eastern franchise. And I don't so much think it's that. I really think the problem and the primary culprit is the outsourcing. If you just have it in-house and have a Konami studio dedicated to Silent Hill, then you're going to get a much less middling result.
All right. Xenombine says, thank you for finally uploading the Fuck You, I Was Right gif. I will use that whenever I need to rub someone's face into something. Pozzo says, "You the man. Any ideas for the next Noir Archives?"
A lot of them, actually. I've already kind of started writing. I think the next one, though, will not be about a specific film. It'll be about a specific phenomenon in noir history. I'm going to talk about like the history of film noir and a specific question that I get a lot about the film noir genre, and kind of go over the history of basically why film noir went away and why it hasn't come back, essentially.
We're gonna skip to Shadowloaf. Shadowloaf donates £2 to say, "I returned. Did you receive my previous donation, which was a £200 donation?"
What?
Can't
Bring
stay
me a
much
body
longer,
bag.
so I'll leave you with this. Just wanted to say thank you for all these awesome years and for broadening my music, entertainment, and even my political horizons. Never thought that would ever happen. Here's to the next 30K subs.
Hey,
assuming YouTube lets you.
Indeed.
Shekels.
If nothing else, we can get those subs on BitChute instead. Whatever. It's the free speech platform now, and BitChute, by the way, is going to be rolling out streaming soon.
Yes.
Which I'm looking forward to. We're going to do a few streams on there, see how it goes. I imagine it'll have some bugs in the beginning. That'll probably be a bit of a learning curve, but I am looking forward to it.
If you haven't
and
made
thank
a
you, sir.
If you haven't made a BitChute account yet, go ahead and go do that on another.
Definitely make a BitChute account. They have an app. They're still working on it, but it's a pretty good app, honestly, for like the first effort. It's really not bad. It works better than the VidMe app did.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee says, "Have you ever noticed how music publications, personalities can't stop talking about how grunge killed hair metal?"
Because it's a narrative they have to latch on to, because there's a whole... Wrapped up in hair metal and everything was... Honestly, hair metal was totally emblematic, and that whole brand of pop metal, and just metal in general, in that 80s period was sort of emblematic of the decade. The excesses, the pro-capitalism outlook, the pro-like individual liberty outlook, and grunge ain't the fuck about that. Like, grunge is all about fucking... Politically, all the bands are from fucking Seattle. They all believe in goddamn huge government and shit. Like, it wasn't like it was a super rebellious genre. It was just like a burnout genre. So I feel like there's almost a societal, maybe even a little bit of a political slant to that. But more than that, it's a romantic narrative that they can sell over and over again and people can write fucking books about. But it's bullshit. Like, grunge didn't kill off metal any more than any other genre that record companies latched onto and pushed as the next product killed it off. I mean, did New Wave kill off punk? No, New Wave didn't kill off punk. Record companies killed off punk. The bands were signed to insulting contracts when they were young, which is what they do with every new band. And then they get, I mean, you notice, you can almost track it by the date. You know, within a 4 album, because usually it's like a 3 or 4 album deal. Sometimes it'll be like a 5 album deal, but it's generally either 3 or 5 albums in, and suddenly, as soon as those bands get that far into their career, boom, here comes another genre, and they're down the other side of the mountain. You look at the Ramones, you know, basically created punk rock. They get to 1980, which is about 5 years down the line, and boom, suddenly here's New Wave, and it's killing us off, and the album they put out is End of the Century, and it's the least well-received of their entire fucking career, and oh gosh, the Ramones are dead, and it happened to every genre. It's not just hair metal, it's not just grunge. There's revisionism on this subject, because the truth is, record companies don't want to pay these bands, so when they get 4, 5 albums deep, and it's time to renegotiate their contracts and actually get paid, wouldn't you know it, here comes another genre. We can sign them to insulting contracts and fuck them, and then 5 years down the line, we'll replace them with something else. The difference with grunge is, by the time they got to the end of the 90s, the record companies were in free fall. And I can say that from personal experience. You know, I worked at Tower Records in the early 2000s and witnessed the fallout of that period. The reason nothing really came after grunge, except radio rock, which is basically just grunge with production values, is because the record companies died in the interim, so they didn't get to tell everyone what the next thing was going to be. So we've been stuck with essentially the same fucking genres or retro versions of genres that already existed instead of moving on to the next fucking thing. Even dubstep stems from a genre that started in the late 90s. Like, there's been nothing new. Synthwave is just synth. It's fucking electro music. That's all it is. That shit existed in the 80s. That shit existed in the 90s. This is nothing new. We're just putting a VHS filter on the fucking music videos. You know? Nothing new under the sun because the record companies are fucking Dunsky.
How grunge killed hair metal, but not about how grunge gave way to Nickelback and
Yeah.
their ilk in the early mid-2000s.
Yeah, and I already touched on that. I mean, basically, the Nickelbacks and the Seethers and the Stains and so forth, they're the children of Nirvana. Totally.
Yep.
It's basically just Nirvana with production values.
Mercenary says, Razor, you said enhanced. Is this on Steam or is this emulation on Silent Hill 2?
No.
I ask because I never got to play the Hill games before. Each time I tried to get one, I couldn't buy it or find it. So where did you get this one?
Yeah, you have to have a hard copy of the game, I believe, or download it. I mean, procure it legally from someone. I don't actually think this isn't available on Steam, correct? Silent Hill 2
I don't think it's
isn't.
available anywhere. I think officially it's abandonware.
Yeah, like Silent Hill 2 is nowhere. So you have to get a copy of it, and physical copies are not expensive. You can get off eBay or whatever. And then you have to apply the patches, and there's a step-by-step list. You just Google Silent Hill 2 Enhancement Edition or whatever the hell, and it'll give you step-by-step what you need to do. And it's a slightly involved process, I have to admit. But you basically just download stuff, put it in the folder, download stuff, put it in the folder. It's actually not that hard. It just takes a little while. It's like a 6 or 7 step process, but it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, this is actually a number of fan-made patches for a physical game.
John Horn says, a dead person can't write a letter, but they can fill out a Democratic voter ballot. No face required.
They can fill out an early ballot. It's interesting.
No face I will vote Republican my whole life, but when I'm dead, I will vote Democrat. Guaranteed. No face required says, evening, gentlemen. My cousin is getting married in a few months, and I need to buy a new suit. Any recommendations? Also, any tips on losing this fat gut of mine?
Start your day with 200 crunches, end your day with 200 crunches. That's actually Arnold Schwarzenegger advice. And mind you, you will not slim down. You'll not lose fat. Like, you're not going to gain abs or anything from doing that. But it will slim you a bit. And when you start watching your weight, because, like, gut is all diet. If you have a gut, it's because of what you're eating or drinking, if it's soda.
Yeah.
And alcohol, don't forget.
Right.
Booze.
So, but what it'll do if you start your day with 200 crunches and end it with 200 crunches, per the Schwarzenegger advice,